Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to my channel Tarot Z. I am Z and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what are the messages with the cards that come out in today's reading for you. Thank you so much for joining and for being here for the reading. So let's begin. Let's find out what cards come out and what messages come through with the cards that come out in today's reading. So the first card we have is the Six of Wands. We do have some fire sign energy with this. You could be dealing with another Sagittarius or an Aries or even a Leo. And we have the Two of Pentacles. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So with the Nine of Pentacles, this does feel like a pretty independent energy. It also feels like being in a space where a lot of the things you are working on, any kind of projects, are doing quite well, experiencing success in things that you are focusing on or really working towards right now. I do feel like with this Nine of Pentacles showing up over here, this may also be a very independent energy when it comes to being in a space where you're doing a lot on your own. But I do feel like with this Nine of Pentacles showing up over here, feels like a pretty successful energy in anything you are doing right now, especially if it has to do with work. But with the Six of Wands showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being recognized by someone. I do feel like you definitely have this person's attention, and I do feel like there's also a desire for this person to be able to get your attention. I do feel like with the Six of Wands showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being in the spotlight or being noticed and quite attractive in that sense. I do feel like there could be a lot of people around you at this time. You could be getting attention more than you realize. But with this Two of Pentacles showing up over here, this energy does feel very busy. It does feel like having a lot on your plate and kind of trying to spread yourself thin across many different areas at this time. But with this Two of Pentacles showing up over here, this energy does feel like actually trying to be able to get organized at this time, because I do feel like there could be a lot going on. But with this Queen of Pentacles showing up over here, this does feel like a pretty successful energy when it comes to being able to experience a lot of growth in any of your endeavors or pursuits. I also feel like within a relationship sense, this also feels like an energy of being very respected by someone and being held in high regard and even kind of admired by someone. I do feel like with the Queen of Pentacles showing up over here, this does also feel like having a strong and solid foundation for being able to nurture a relationship with someone. And I do feel like with this Queen of Pentacles, it feels like a lot of the practical responsibilities of making a relationship being being covered. So things like consistency and efforts, and also when it comes to putting in effort for a relationship to work. I do feel like this energy feels like a successful relationship that's possible here with someone. So I'm going to clarify these cards. So we have Queen of Wands. And we have the Emperor. And with the Emperor, we do have some Aries energy. It could be dealing with an Aries. And we have the Hangman in the reverse. And with the Hangman, we have some Pisces energy. So you could also be dealing with a Pisces. But at the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Swords. So with the Knight of Swords showing up over here, this energy feels pretty determined. It even feels like almost a rushed kind of an energy when it comes to someone coming towards you, or even when it comes to the pace at which things are moving. I do feel like with this Knight of Swords showing up over here, this could be also someone who's coming towards you with something to say to you. I do feel like communication coming in from someone. But I do feel like with this Knight of Swords, this does feel like clear communication. It feels like also a sense of certainty that this person has when it comes to anything that they are offering you, or even when it comes to being involved with you. I do feel like with this Knight of Swords, it's like a all-in kind of an energy, or even really rushing into things with this strong sense of certainty and determination. But with this Queen of Wands showing up over here, this also feels like a very attractive energy. When it comes to the person you are dealing with, I do feel like they are very drawn to you. I also feel like they look at you in high regard when it comes to the way in which they feel about you. With this Queen of Wands showing up over here, this energy does feel very confident. So it does feel like this person also perceiving you as someone who's quite confident, or being quite attracted to the way in which you express yourself, or you move. I do feel like with this Queen of Wands showing up over here, this energy does feel very warm, and even protective. I do feel like this person has some serious feelings towards you, and I do feel like it's genuine, it's real. But with the Emperor card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of having a lot of responsibilities. But I do feel like with the Emperor card showing up over here, this energy feels structured. So I do feel like there could be a lot going on, or there could be a lot that's on your place as far as on your plate as far as responsibilities that are expected of you. It may feel like a lot going on, but I do get that with the Emperor card showing up over here. It feels like being able to have a lot of things under control. I do feel like with this Emperor card showing up over here, this does also feel like a very structured energy. It does feel like you could be seeking a structured kind of a dynamic within the relationship that with someone, or wanting to be able to have that sense of stability in the relationship. But I do feel like there is a lot of potential for being able to get that with this person. But with the Hangman showing up in the reverse, this does feel like having clarity within a situation, being able to get to a place where things feel like they are progressing, especially after a time where things may have felt like things may have been quiet, or things may have felt kind of like they were in limbo, like things were stuck. With this Hangman showing up in the reverse, it feels like getting unstuck. I do feel like with this Hangman in the reverse, this also feels like the person you are dealing with also being in a space where they are getting clear for themselves, and I do feel like they're offering you clarity within the situation. Do you feel like with the Hangman showing up over here, this feels like them communicating with you, and I do feel like it could be after a period of having had little communication with this person. But with this Hangman in the reverse, this also feels like this person being in a space where they are more so in an active space, where it's like they're doing something, they're taking action towards you. Do you feel like with this Hangman showing up over here, it does feel like this person having had really thought about any action before actually acting. I do feel like there's a lot of contemplation that may have gone into things for this person. So I'm going to clarify these cards. We have passion. We have the past life relationship card, and we have the honeymoon card. So with this passion card showing up over here, this does feel like a connection that means a lot to this person. I do feel like there's also a lot of chemistry within the connection between yourself and this person. But I do feel like with this passion card showing up over here, it does feel like it's stirring emotions as well when it comes to the way in which it's making this person feel, and even the way in which it could be making you feel as well. I do feel like it's a passionate kind of a relationship as well, where there is that sense of spark, especially with this Queen of Wands also showing up over here. But I do feel like this person really enjoys your presence. I do feel like they have a lot of respect for you as well, even with the 6 of Wands showing up over here. But the past life relationship card showing up over here, I do feel like this could be, you could be dealing with someone that you have history with. This does feel like a connection where there is something to refer back to as far as having that history with this person. And do you feel like also with this past life relationship card showing up over here, that the connection does go quite deep between the two of you, and it does feel like it's something that goes beyond the surface. It's deeper than just a casual kind of a connection. But with the honeymoon card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of getting to a space where things feel light, and it feels like an enjoyable period within this connection that's coming up. And I also feel like with this honeymoon card showing up over here, this could even be a trip that is on the horizon. But it does feel like being able to enjoy this connection, and this person also being able to join you in enjoying this connection. So those are the messages I'm getting with these cards for you, Sagittarius. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Sagittarius.